don't come back again. Problem no dey finish. It just be like small pikin wey say no dey hear word. You go buy bicycle wey don spoil give am. Before you repair brake today, tomorrow the spoke go fall. Before you know, the wheel does everything go dey spoil for the bicycle. If you come as you don tire, you go sleep. Na be our problem now. Today we go talk about power. Tomorrow we go talk about road. Next tomorrow we go talk about train wey stop for inside bush. Then today we go talk about children wey don dey carry human head now. I don tire. Wetin dey happen for our country, Nigeria? Wetin we wan talk about now na youth and the kind thing wey they do now, the crime wey they put hand now, e don too much. I don't know, a person coming from Jos, they tell me things, I shock. Say even Jos, that make me carry King Energy, come on, I know I'm like OAPMB, and I be the head of Street Clinic International. In they do many programs for radio, and I be that's my carry and come, so that he go talk to me as a young man where we be, because we dey the street steady, and we dey see how the thing go. My brother, let me small thing.
My brother, the thing has in fact I don't know whether I go if you say the thing on they turn the table upside down because. At this point in time, we have to really come to understanding that the foundation of every nation lies on the
energy. I bet a pidgin English program. No call your show your political prowess. Yeah, bring and come down.
You know, so as my brother said, I bring and come down. We just find a way to play both of them. So, but the most important I want to say that the role of every great nation cannot be handled without the youth. The youth has a very vital role to play, either in the positive angle or in the negative angle.
So now we don't choose now negative angle. Now youth
no. The thing there is that for years we have neglected the role of the youth in this country. Put me anywhere. I say it without no apology to any person. We have neglected the role of the youth in this country, and I think this time around, I think the youths, a majority of the youths who have taken some kind of part. Probably because with time as we go on this program, I think I'm going to lay more emphasis on that for us to have a better understanding.
You know what they call Dorime? You know Dorime?
Dorime.
You know Dorime? You dey laugh. You dey go out in the night and go see Dorime.
My job now, you know, see the media job. I have to go out at any time.
In case you don't know what to be Dorime, I will tell you now. You understand? We will come out sometimes go chop fish, so we don't we not go care ourselves. We go walk small and play small. You go just see small time, music go just stop. Everywhere you off every light. One person go carry one pot for head like this. Now no undertaker that wrestler. They go the plan. They come drop off one person table. Now drink the inside. The drink will be that kind 1 something, 80 something thousand naira. One person. You call look this small boy. He do his head, so no be all of them be dada sha, no be saying all of them be dada. He do his head, some fit pen time, some fit just dey bab like my style. They just dey small boys. Small time go hear Dorime, they will carry the thing pop for his watch. Later I'll come and say that they see human head, human hand, human something, different thing. They show up for television, even this program they show different ones. So police they display for Lagos, for Jos, for Calabar, for Port Harcourt. How will they reach this level? That make me carry this matter console now. Energy. How will they reach this level?
I talk before say we don't for years we've not really taken the youth factor of Nigerian youth factor very serious. For years, for period of years.
So what be the things where you feel say government supposed to not get time?
No, I listen. Number one is that when we look at, I'm going to lay hands on other areas, but if you look at our educational system, you find that we lack mentorship in our educational system. Now, for example, someone who drops out of school, is there any tendency of that person going back to school? Because education is very important.
But some of the ones where they talk about how they indulge in these crimes, some even go school. So some from good house. We say their parents train them well. Then go school. So they just count some education be the yardstick to fit.
But make I tell you this. So many of the youths that claim that they are in school, we don't make research. Majority of them are not in school. Majority of our youths, so many of them are dropped out of school. Now, for example, in the Western world, if you have an issue, probably you are not able to pass your exams, or you have an issue in your school,
you go cancel on.
There is a room for mentorship. But in our own area here, once you are being expelled out of school, you are just on your own. There is no room for proper mentorship. Okay, this guy has committed this thing. Okay, how can we mentor him? How can we mold him? Now you leave the person to on his own, and the person falls back to the streets, to the same people that
the same street.
The same street. What do you expect? What do you expect?
So that you will go.
What do you expect? Then secondly, one of the major reasons, one of the vital reasons, comes in the area of parental guide. I always say something. You know, when we come to building a nation, we cannot neglect the fact of community. And when we talk about community, because the place of community, we cannot neglect the place of family. Meaning that the basis of any great society, any great nation, falls back to the place of parental guide, falls back to the family.
But wait, before now, we like this, we our parents, they take time, stay with us. Some of us who did now, our age like this, our parents, our mothers no work. Most times, our fathers, they go out, go bring the money come. The parents, they house, then train us. We try. We still get small fear of God. But this one's now, with the mother, they even first come up for house before the father. Because the mother feel they work for bank, and she work for a jar, and then they mainland. So she will leave house very early, maybe she meet up. Then the man now will come carry the children, drop for school, still go work. Come back in the night, all of them don't tire. So where the chance for parenting now? Where the chance for parenting?
Now to come today, to ask, bring answer to that question you just asked. We say you ask now. Now the rates of crime of then and now, are the same equal?
Before now, parents they use children do something, but now children they use parents do something. The table not turn.
Imagine where Papa they run come up for house by 5 a.m. Mama they join them 6 a.m. By the time Mama don't go work, Papa don't go work. By the time they come back later in the evening, Mama don't tire, Papa don't tire.
Who can they take care of the children?
Now they think most of them either you pay a nanny when you don't know the background of the nanny.
So now why you blame government or you blame the parents?
They at the first instance, at the area of the educational sector that I talked about, I'm blaming the government, but the area of the parental guide, I hold the parent, the father, and the mother responsible.
So maybe the parents now may they not go look for bread or maybe they
no. The issue is there is that as much as you are busy, try to create enough time. Try to create enough time for your children.
Energy, you dey work. Try to create more the practice, but more the talk with you the practice. I just play you scenario now. Mama and Papa they work. Mother they leave house around 4, father leave around 7 because we drop the children for school. Then they will come back, they don't tire. You understand? When they won't get time now for training.
It's not possible because if Papa and Mama go come back tired, they just have to find a way. They just have to find a. See, number one thing there is that the family should try as much as to cut their coat according to their size. Try as much as to cut your. You must not live in Maitama. If you warrant you cutting down your coat according to your size, then you know that okay, madam, you know go work so time for so time, madam, come back house. Or the papa so time come back. There should be a cordial understanding between the father and the mother for the interest of those children. Because when those children will start misbehaving, you're not going to be there.
Now your name they will mention.
There's something a few days ago I was talking to some young people. I told them something. You know, they say, this man is a good man. This man is a very gentleman. This man, because you see him as a good man, you think he would have a good children. Oh, he's a pastor. He said this. I tell people, the character of a child is a certificate of how the parents train that child.
But no, that one, I don't believe that one. Some children, they are part trained them well. Streets, now you collect them. You understand? Their parents train them well, but streets collect the children, spoil the children.
But there are some, as you did like this, me, I don't know it for how many years. There are some certain things where you say, no matter how where they carry you put, you don't go fit to.
That one not me now.
Not be said that you. It's as a result of, listen, sir. It's as a result of where you are coming from. It's as if where you are coming from. And if you check it very well, what has been inputted in you cannot leave you. So most times, you may not forget about the status of the person, of the parent. They may be lacking one way or the other in the aspect of training up that child.
But we don't know. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I did fine. What will be your name and where you call us from?
Yes, I'm calling you from Papa. I'm Mr. Isaac. Yeah, no.
Mr. Isaac, why you go hide your number? Call us now. We don't know. Make your contribution.
Okay, well, my contribution is the problem of life.
Okay.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Mr. Isaac, reduce the volume of your television or work come up for there because what we need now na contribution. Because what we see for streets, it not be like this before. Hello, good morning. It not be like this before. Before everybody, if you work out, leave hold your phone for her, nothing they happen. But now, is that they collect your phone? Reduce the volume of your television. I beg anybody we call, reduce the volume of your television so that we can not cut you come out because no time for that kind of noise. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. So, energy.
Go ahead,
what will be the role of religious leaders for this our time now? Because most of these people, we see them say they don't go through the process for either for mosques or for church. I no go lie. Parents, they try. They make sure that they carry their children go where they go, either at mosques or at church or at Valawo. They carry them go. So, what will be the role of our leaders, traditional and religious leaders?
Well, if you really want to lay it on that angle, I will also plead with you to also include the teachers, not just the religious leaders, not just but including the teachers, because the teachers spends more time with the youth or the children than the parents, than the religious leaders. So, and that is why I said something. We should also look at on how to include mentorship scheme in our system. Especially in our educational system. Because the truth still remains there, sir. If we think by having the religious leader, probably most times some of the religious leaders, some of them are who preach prosperity, but it's not. I'm not against those who are preaching prosperity, but the child itself, if he or she has an issue, apart from the parents, where can that child fall back to for safety? Because if we keep on talking about the religious leader, talking about the and we don't have a fallback system. If a child is being expelled from school, where will the child fall back to? If the child fails exam, where will the child fall back to? So if my own concern is, we should also look at the area of having a proper mentorship system that has the capacity to accommodate these young people, whether they failed, whether they commit anything or whatever, but a mentorship system that can accommodate them and help them to grow better. Mentorship.
Now, wow. Before, when you see person they mentor you go even they happy. But now, children, they won't listen to mentors. Now, what did they tell you? Even for family meeting, if you not get money, you not fit talk for meeting. Family, your father, your mother, your brothers and sisters. Not be for community or family meeting. They talk of mentorship. I figure good, I figure morals now. I figure train me well and I be good mentor. But you now, where I feel say you supposed come close to come learn from me. You feel say because I don't get money, you not suppose, you don't get anything good to get from me. How we now, Nigerians now, young people don't value substance, things where they see than the things where they inside. Because of mentorship. How we fit to get good mentor? How you fit to approach? Hello, good morning. Adekon.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What will be your name and where you call us from?
Okay, that's success they call from Pape.
I mean, success. I mean, come on from where your television day.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Better now.
Hello.
I dey hear you.
Okay. You see, this is what it's okay concerning this youth and family listening. Yes, one, parental guidance, number one.
Okay.
That one is very, very important. Because I'm not like some of us, they will grow without our parents. I lost my dad when I was 3 months old. I didn't even know him.
Okay.
So the picture, I know him.
Okay.
Then my mom, I lost my mom 2012 when I was still in secondary school. Think of all those things now. Growing up, it was like hell. We're supposed to lead me to the streets. But what did I do? Because the people I grew with, my grandparents, they are somehow godly.
Okay.
The whole God died. So I followed that footstep. So you get me? No mama, no papa, but I just try to keep myself because of what I know where I come from and I know where I'm going to. Self-discipline matters a lot. Self-discipline. In life now, if you want to do anything, if you discipline yourself, okay, this thing is out like this. Okay, I want to buy this car tomorrow, I want to buy this big house next year. You start from now, you discipline yourself for something because you know you have a target ahead. From there you can achieve it. Like when we talk about we to our government, this and that, well, just like the government of Nigeria, they didn't follow our youth again.
No, not talk like that. They value youth. Check. They appoint people. They appoint young people as SAO, as minister self. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. Now young woman. No.
Okay.
How many out of?
What check what they appoint as that SA, as this and that, and now they appoint. Now big men children. Now big men children. When you have people are poor men children, they don't come near us.
But two of us like this will not join politics. Now they give person appointment from house. So you must be actively involved in politics before they go put your name for paper.
Because those big men, their papa put them where their mama.
Not be all be papa. Not be all be this thing. I don't go lie. I know how this thing they work. If you be politician, you be party member, you register, you follow your party win. They no say you work for the party. You know get as you go be where they not go put your name for something. So that we will stay saying that big men children. When they go for the meeting, you don't follow them go. So when they write names, they not go put your name. You understand? King Energy, I'll thank you very much for coming. Make I let you move because I want to take another man now. That one, if you dare as they watch me. Now you're supposed to sit down where listening because this man said they want to do free training here for Pape. For Abuja. After Pape, they will go on another location. After another location, they will go on another location. They go reach your state, reach Kogi, reach every state for Nigeria. They want to do the training round, but they won't start here. And we will get information on how if you take, join the training in Abuja, they won't start from. You understand? How if you take partake for that training, fish training, how if you take train fish for a very short time and you fit sell, make money. Not everybody supposed to work for government. My name is Ekanem, Inyang, and I'm here for studio with King Energy. That's what you call her for radio. We'll see you again next time. We'll take a small break. When we come back,